The initial objective of a national nonprofit organization was to bring the joy of Christmas to America's needy children. Some 72 years later, members of the United States Marine Corps are still distributing those toys as Christmas gifts to needy children in the community. The story of Toys for Tots and how you can help them is coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio, some of America's finest. I want to introduce you to Scott Van Grohl. He is a volunteer with Polk County Toys for Tots and a Marine. How you doing, Scott?
I'm fine. How are you? Good morning, Bob.
Next is Terry Hardenberg. He is a volunteer with Polk County Toys for Tots. Welcome to the show, Terry.
Thank you. Welcome. I'm glad to be here.
And last but not least, a first-time visitor to Polk Government Television's Polk Place, but been on television with us on Crime Stoppers a few times, and a heck of an umpire. David Waller, he is the coordinator for Polk County Toys for Tots. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Well, first I want to kick off with you, David. Talk to me a little bit about how Toys for Tots within Polk County got started. We heard in the opening that it's been around for about 72 years, but here in Polk County, where did it get its start?
It started probably over 30 years ago with various businessmen that got together. Back in those days, the Toys for Tots program was able to give clothing, they were able to give food, they were able to give used toys to needy children of the community. Over time, that's changed. Now we only provide toys, and we provide new unwrapped toys. The program has grown and grown, and it's been in existence in our county for many, many years.
Well, one of the things that we were talking about before the show started, a lot of people think that Toys for Tots is, something that starts right around Thanksgiving and kind of pushes its way up to about the week before Christmas. But this is an all-year job. Talk to me a little bit about how that goes.
It does take planning all year long. We have to start probably in October with our applications going out to families. We get our supplies in a donated warehouse, usually in late October, early November. Boxes go out to businesses, locations around the county where we start collecting toys. And again, we collect toys year-round, even after Christmas, and donations come in throughout the year.
And without not only the generosity of the community giving of their resources, whether it be money or toys, there's something that makes this go around, and it's the volunteers that you have. Talk about the role that they play in helping you accomplish the mission to make Christmas brighter for children within the community.
The backbone of this program are the volunteers. The volunteers come in daily, they're unpaid, they work in a very hot warehouse for a number of days, and they work together very well, and they work to serve the community. It's just a great feeling to come to work with them. They all get along, and I'm very proud of them.
Now, Terry, you got to explain to me, not a Marine, and this is usually a Marine-based effort. And how'd you get involved with the guys?
I had a friend of mine that was a volunteer, and he was going on a cruise and needed somebody to fill in, so I filled in and fell in love with it, and I've been there ever since. That was about 6 or 7 years ago.
So talk to me a little bit about what your day is like once the busy season comes in, and what keeps you coming back.
Well, I'm considered a toy counter. When the boxes or the bags or all the toys come into the warehouse, they have to be counted and sorted into the areas that they've been put on the tables out there for the girls to pick from. And that's my job, is to basically, I'm the incoming guy, and I just enjoy it to the utmost. It fulfills my day. I'm a snowbird from Michigan, and I
won't hold that against you.
And I'm here 7 months. I'm here 7 months, and instead of sitting around all day, I enjoy children, my wife worked in the schools her entire life, and so we're very apt to children, and this is fulfilling for me all the way around. And you know, I encourage other snowbirds and retirees to come out and join us, because it's very fulfilling.
Now, Scott, it's a natural fit for you being a Marine, but how did you get involved with Toys for Tots?
I've been involved with Toys for Tots probably 30 out of the last 40 years. I got out of the Marine Corps in 1978 and got involved with the local Marine Corps League detachment. And our detachment was heavily involved with the reserve unit in Rochester, New York. When the reserves left about 6 years ago, they left Rochester, they needed somebody to take over, and I ran the program doing what Dave does for about 2 years. And now we kicked it off and got it running again. It's running very well in Rochester, New York. I am a snowbird too, but I'm actually a Polk County resident now. I have a driver's license in Florida, so and I vote here and everything like that. I live in Winter Haven. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it. When I was a youngster growing up, my mom was single for a while, and we got toys from Toys for Tots from the Marines. And seeing those Marines helped me, made me decide later on I wanted to be a Marine. And despite the fact that my father was a Army recruiter, I joined the Marine Corps.
That went over well, right?
Well, he didn't mind it at all.
Well, talk to me a little bit about making that choice to become a Marine and how it forged you as an adult, and really brings it full circle for you to really give back the way that it was given to you. Inspire those to do as such.
Well, I think the fact that joining the Marine Corps was probably the best thing I ever did in my life. I don't think I had a direction what I wanted to do in my life after high school, even though I went to a trade school when I was working in a print shop for a while. I decided to go in the Marine Corps, and I went 6 days after I graduated from boot camp, from high school. I went to boot camp. And I've made friends I'm friends with for life. Very involved with Marine Corps League up in Rochester and down here. The Marines are probably all my best friends are Marines, except for the folks I meet here. They're great. I call them the Marines too, as far as I'm concerned.
So
they're dedicated.
What's a day like within the warehouse? We heard from Terry as to what his day is like. What do you do?
Well, I work generally any area of the warehouse that I'm needed. I can help unload trucks. I help load the trucks. When we do distribution, I work primarily in the bagging of the toys for distribution, and I help with Wally with the distribution on distribution day and getting them to the different sites.
Well, David, we have just a few minutes left. I want to get down to the nuts and bolts of this, if we could. How can people help? What is it that you need? We're coming upon the deadline, and this is a giving community, and let them know what you need and how they can do it.
As far as toys are concerned, we're needing toys for infants up to 4 years old, any type of toy like that. We're needing books. We always try to give every child a toy, a book, and a stocking stuffer. So we're needing those type of toys to help fill the bags for Christmas. We're needing volunteers. We're going to need volunteers to help in the warehouse to become familiar with the warehouse. They can go to our website to sign up to be a volunteer. We can also use them as route drivers out in the community. And our big day is December 14th. That's when we're going to be doing the distribution out to the families at various locations around the county. Last year we did 12,362 children, and this year we're over 14,000.
Wow.
The need is great, and we are needing volunteers to help us to make it a successful program.
How do folks go about volunteering, finding out about volunteering? Phone number, website?
They can go to our website, polkcounty-fl.toysfortots.org. We have all the information in there about volunteering, how to sign up. We have a volunteer coordinator that will call you to talk to you about coming to the warehouse or working out in the community. There's so many opportunities to give back to the community with Toys for Tots.
I like to call this the Santa calling out each one of the reindeer on Dancer, on Prancer. You guys have a lot of community partners, and without them, they that this really wouldn't move? I know you can't name all of them, but what are some of the ones that come to mind that really make a difference in this community?
The community is a tremendous support for our program. We work with all the law enforcement agencies in the county. We work with several of the large corporations in the county, Publix, Saddle Creek, some of those corporations like that. We're trying to work with the schools to do a high school challenge to see who can get us the most toys, and to get the youngsters to volunteer, to learn about volunteering and helping those that are less fortunate than themselves.
Got just a few seconds left. I'm going to give you the last word on this. Inspire those at home to get involved, if you will, David.
The Toys for Tots campaign of Polk County is a fantastic program. When you wake up on Christmas morning, and you have that cup of coffee, you will always have a smile on your face, because you know a needy child has probably got a toy because of your work. And we always need to remember that every child deserves a Christmas.
David, Scott, Terry, I want to thank you guys for coming in and joining us on the show, but most of all, I want to thank you for the difference that you make within the Polk County community.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The Marine Corps Reserve Polk County Toys for Tots program provides a new unwrapped toys to needy children of Polk County, targeting children ages 1 to 13. In 2018, the program served over 12,362 children. The Polk County Toys for Tots program uses an online application and eligibility verification process to ensure that the families qualify for the toys. The Toys for Tots program also works with civic organizations in selecting meeting families. Toys will be distributed on December 14th. Now, if you need more information on how you can make a difference this holiday season, give Toys for Tots a call at 863-292-8687 or look them up on the web at www.polkcounty-fl.toysfortots.org.